From our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Kim Miller begins now.
Hello everyone. First tonight, a Queensland man has been charged by police after allegedly escaping hotel quarantine from a third-floor balcony in Launceston overnight. The 37-year-old flew into the state from Sydney yesterday and has now returned a negative COVID test result.
A third-storey escape from hotel quarantine.
Last night, an unauthorised traveller from New South Wales, we believe, left the Peppers Resort.
The Queensland man landing in Tasmania from Sydney yesterday without approval, allegedly climbing from a balcony late last night. The 37-year-old was noticed missing this morning, located by authorities in Newnham shortly after. He's now been charged by police.
We're not running a prison system. We don't put barbed wire around these hotels. We simply expect that people will abide by the law. With
borders reopening next month, travellers can expect to see an increased police presence at our airports. But the Premier has today revealed that not everyone's vaccination status will be checked on arrival, with spot checks to be undertaken by authorities.
We'll be seeing thousands of people coming through. It will not be possible to stop every person. So there will be fines that will be applied.
Some GPs gearing up to put additional COVID safety measures in place. One northern clinic has told patients from December 15 it will be mandatory to wear surgical masks inside, charging a fee for those who don't bring their own. Unvaccinated patients will also have to pay up to cover the additional PPE required.
The healthcare is a fundamental right and it shouldn't be dependent on someone being able to afford to buy a mask to get healthcare.
And as that reopening date draws closer, sporting codes have taken it into their own hands to help convince young people to get vaxxed.
If not for yourself, then for the greater community and making sure that everyone can, as we say, return to normality.
Getting the ball rolling with vaccination rates lagging behind for Tasmanians under the age of 24.
We'd encourage our young players to talk to their teammates, talk to their parents, their coaches about what's involved in it.
It's pretty good. Everyone's getting vaccinated when they can.
For those who are yet to get the jab,
yeah, there's been a few, but they can be convinced, I think.
Meg Sides, 7 Tasmania News.
Tasmania's road toll now stands at 32 after a horror 24 hours on the state's highways. Separate crashes at Breadalbin and Camdale claiming the lives of 2 men as police urge motorists to be cautious on the road heading into the holiday season.
A life claimed by a tragic event. Around 9:30 last night, emergency services responded to reports of a motorcycle crash on the Midland Highway at Breadalbin.
Sadly, when police arrived, a 38-year-old male was found at the scene deceased as a result of the crash.
The Perth man had been travelling northbound with a companion who escaped unharmed.
Any situation like this, any fatality on our road has tragic consequences. Our condolences go out to the family of the deceased, their friends. Not only that, the emergency service personnel who attended.
A crash investigation is now being finalised. A report will be prepared for the coroner. Police are asking anyone who saw 2 motorcycles travelling north between Longford and Breadalbin just before 9:30 last night to contact them. One fatality, then followed by another. Police attending a 2-vehicle crash on the Bass Highway at Camdale this morning. A 60-year-old Smithton man losing his life after suffering a medical episode behind the wheel. In light of these tragedies, police are calling for motorists to take care on the roads.
As we're coming up to the festive season, our roads are going to get busier. Obviously, we look at the Fatal 5 and we talk about that all the time. Drink driving, drug driving, seatbelt wearing, inattention, speeding.
The state's road toll now at 32, one less than at the same time last year. Josh Duggan, 7 Tasmania News.
A 39-year-old man has been found guilty of attempted murder after setting his girlfriend on fire in 2017. It took a jury 7 hours of deliberations to reach a majority verdict in the Supreme Court in Hobart, following the 7-week-long trial.
A Hobart woman was left with burns to more than half her body when her boyfriend doused her in petrol and set her alight at a Chigwell home 4 years ago. Over the past 7 weeks, the Crown has worked to prove the man deliberately set his partner on fire with a lighter. Countless videos, phone calls and text messages were played out for the jury, detailing the pair's toxic relationship. The state telling the court the man had a tendency to threaten to kill his partner of 18 months. The defence arguing the woman had made threats to take her own life. But it was never disputed the man was the one to put out the flames and call for help that fateful day. After 7 hours of deliberations, the jury reached a majority verdict, finding the 39-year-old man guilty of attempted murder. His supporters cried and embraced as the verdict was read out. The defence and prosecution are due to give their final submissions later this month before a sentence is handed down. The court will also hear a victim impact statement. Ainsley Kosh, 7 Tasmania News.
The organisers of Dark Mofo have officially confirmed the Midwinter Arts Festival will return for another year. Creative Director Lee Carmichael says the 2022 event will explore the ideas of rebirth, reincarnation and new life. It comes after speculation 2021 could have been its final year. Dark Mofo will run from June 15 to 22. Checking to see if something is Tasmanian made is now as easy as checking the price at Coles supermarkets. Homegrown products are being specially labelled to encourage shoppers to buy local.
Say cheese. No, that cheese.
Thank you.
Because Tasmanian producers are smiling at a new boost for brand Tasmania.
We know that the Tasmanian consumer is incredibly parochial and supports local products, so what better place to do it?
Coles is the first major retailer to adopt the Tasmanian Made logo, which is being slapped onto hundreds of products produced on the island from today.
Because the word Tasmanian, it means something, it evokes a sense of quality.
Ashgrove will spread the brand across its products following feedback from the dairy-loving public.
We always hear that consumers are trying to find Tasmanian products.
Which is why the Elizabethtown producer is modifying its packaging.
We'll be moving towards actually our printed labels that'll be going automatically onto our products, rolling out in Tasmania and also using the mark interstate.
One of the things that we've learned in the last couple of years with the pandemic is that Tasmania is a great place to live and Tasmanians like to support Tasmanians.
A promotion which goes together like bread and butter. Tom Johnson, 7 Tasmania News.
Tasmania Police are reminding boat users to stay safe on the water this summer following 4 deaths and 3 marine rescues in recent weeks.
Marine Police will be out over the summer period. We'll be looking closely at all the vessels that are on the water. We'll be ensuring that people are carrying all the right safety equipment and that the safety equipment is in date and that they're behaving responsibly on the water.
What we're hoping is that over the coming summer that people start to make the right decisions and that they do their trip preparation adequately, they look at weather forecasts and they plan their trip and they tell people where they're going, when they'll be back.
People are also urged to stay under the legal limit if consuming alcohol when out on the water. High school students have been given a glimpse of working in Australia's renewable industries. As part of the Beacon Foundation's Growth Industry Preparation Program, students from Brooks and Prospect High Schools have taken a tour of Haywoods.
They're here learning about careers in the renewable energy sector and a lot of the supporting industries that lead into renewable energy. So advanced manufacturing, building and construction.
I think that they need to have these opportunities. They need to remove themselves from the classrooms and have a look to see what's actually happening within their own communities.
Beacon says kids with 4 industry engagement opportunities are nearly twice as likely to pursue further education.
Sam Rainbird is set to return to Tasmania's Sheffield Shield squad, replacing Bo Webster, who is out with a side strain. Tim Payne has been spotted at recent Tigers outings. He won't be pulling on the whites for Tasmania just yet, instead coming back through grade cricket this weekend.
We've got fully fit players that are ready and had a preparation befitting of playing Sheffield Shield cricket, so it was always part of his management plan in partnership with Cricket Australia that we have him come through some grade cricket and also that second 11 game next week.
Tasmania hosts Western Australia at Blunston Arena from Sunday. Another Tasmanian is in line for college basketball in the US. Cy Deans has committed to playing for the Jacksonville Dolphins. Deans is also signed to the Jack Jumpers as a development player.
Good evening. Hobart 16 degrees today, Launceston 17, Burnie and Devonport 14. The Bass Strait Islands warmer than anywhere else today. Flinders Island 22 and King Island 20. St Helens 18, Smithton, Friendly Beaches and Grove 15, Lowhead and Bushy Park 14, Strawn a high of 13. Extensive cloud moved over the state today. Cape Sorel the highest rainfall total with 15 millimetres. This same cloud band extends to southern New South Wales with more cloud over southern, south and western Australia. Tomorrow a high pushes our way from the west, the low and front to our east. A trough joins Victoria to northwest WA. Strong southwest to southeast winds to start us off tomorrow, up to 30 knots over the east coast. Winds then tending mostly west-southwesterly at 10 to 20 knots and up to 25 knots over southern waters. We have a strong wind warning that's been issued for waters between Sandy Cape and Wineglass Bay. Friday in Hobart, a shower or two and 17 the top. 17 also for Huonville and Campania. Launceston looking for 20 as the maximum, 30% chance of a shower, partly cloudy most of the day. Sunny for Devonport 19, 19 for Georgetown. Burnie can expect a mostly sunny 19 degrees, a possible light early shower over Strawn, 15 the top and 19 for Wynyard. While for St Helens, 17 with a shower or two. Swansea the same, 15 the high for Port Arthur. UV reaching 9 over Burnie and Launceston tomorrow, very high. Saturday mainly fine over the west and north coasts, a few showers elsewhere. A few more showers on Sunday with cloudy conditions over the southwest and west. Showers continuing into Monday, mainly over inland areas. Partly cloudy in Perth, a shower or two in Adelaide and Melbourne tomorrow. A little wet weather also for Canberra and Sydney. The sun back out again over Brisbane. And here are the current conditions. Temperatures at the moment in the low teens. Kim, I've got to pick you up on your last comment about my boxing prowess. I can tell you after my last fight I was presented with a cup to put my teeth in.
Okay, bad jokes are catching. Thanks, Merv.